Hello. So this is my deck picks for the week, which decks I have worked with this week. And I'm going to start with the tarot that I use this week, and that is the Gentle Tarot. So I got this recently. This is the linen edition. It's a glossy linen though, which I'm going to say is not my favorite. Matte linen is absolutely my all-time #1 babe, but the glossy linen I find really slides. Like, it's very slippery, and I sometimes just get cards just spewing out all over the place. That being said, I don't hate it. It's just lower down on my list of top cardstocks. This is also a much smaller size. It's not the pocket, it's in between the pocket and the regular. So, and you also had to purchase the guidebook separately. The guidebook is fantastic though. It's one of my favorite guidebooks ever. So, have I enjoyed it? Yes. I wouldn't say I love it, I'm going to be honest. Like, they've got different names for the quartz. So, Flowers Queen, I know that, and I think, well, Roots, maybe Night, I don't even remember. I have to look every time. So that sort of bugs me. And what else? Animal tarot is probably not a favorite for me. I think I definitely fall under the realm of wanting more human figures than animals in a tarot. I've decided. I do also have the Spacious Tarot, which also has just animals. Like, it's okay, but I get more from the pictures with humans rather than animals. So I don't really know a lot about foxes. I know that they live underground and they like to eat chickens and they come out at night. Like, it doesn't give me much. But yeah, I obviously have enjoyed the guidebook readings. This is definitely a tarot deck though that I prefer to pull fewer cards from than multiple. Am I going to keep it? I think so. I think it's going to just grow on me more over time. We'll see though. I might end up getting another deck that has a similar energy and fills a similar space that I like more. But at the moment, I don't have anything like this. Like, I don't consider the Spacious Tarot Silver Babes to be that similar. Are you going to keep on walking through? You're just going to park your butt there. No, oh, and you're tilting Mummy's camera. Thanks, babe. You're legend. I've got 1,000 cat hair. Oh, and the other cat's literally deciding to use the litter tray right now. I love my girls. They just know Mummy's filming. Let's mess with her. But yeah, I've just lost my train of thought. But I think I will be keeping this. Like, it's not. Look, I don't love it though, and I did promise myself I'd only keep decks I love. But at the moment, it's staying. We'll see what time will if time will be kind to it or not. So next up, I've got the Everyday Witch. So these are the backs. Everyday Witch Oracle deck. The tarot didn't appeal to me at all, but in the form of an oracle, it did. So this, once again, I hadn't had much play with, but I do like the topics. The write-up in the guidebook's really good too. Once again, it's a great guidebook. Some of the cards I'm not really into. I know a lot of people have mentioned that there's like sort of conflicting between contemporary and then like medieval or whatever you want to call that. And I agree, like, this feels very contemporary. So that is a bit odd, but it's got cats in it. And I love cats. I just love it. There's a lot of like nature vibes, which I enjoy. And this one makes me laugh for some reason. Playing with his wand. So I have liked it. I'm definitely keeping it. I do enjoy it. It's a bit big. I wish it wasn't so big. It's a bit massive. It's massive. But it's staying. It is staying in my collection. All right, next up we've got the Arcana of Astrology. made the mistake of lining this in one of my kids' texters, and it turns out it was a smelly pen, and so it smells of very, very artificial strawberries. I'm like, oh no, I don't like that. But this was the very first astrology deck I bought. I liked the backs, guys. I'm gonna be honest, it was like the backs that got me. I also like the simplicity of the artwork. It's very simple. I don't really like, this reminds me of Trivial Pursuit. So, this graphic, like, I don't know if you ever played Trivial Pursuit, but that's a brutal game, and nothing makes you feel dumber than that, because it's like, I don't know this stuff. This is trivia from way before my time. I just always lost against my parents, obviously. But other than that, the guidebook's great. I do have multiple astrology decks, but this was one that I kept. I thought I've got to pare them down a bit, and this one stayed. I love its size, although the guidebook is huge. So that's another thing. I hate it when it's like, I'd rather just thicker than bigger. I'd rather just have a thicker book than a larger book, because I like to make bags, and if it's at least a similar size, it's way better. Whereas because the book's so big, these cards all float around in there. And it's not ideal, guys. It's not ideal. All right, next up, we've got the Asteria Oracle. My main gripes with this deck is there's not enough cards. I think it's low 30s, and I'm just like, oh, I want more. I really do like, it's on a matte cardstock, and it's got the foiling, and this is actually raised, so it's a bit of a textural element there. I like the imagery. I like the, is this card upside down? No, Venus and Reincarnation. I like the imagery. The guidebook's okay. It could be a bit more fleshed out. These are all over the place, sorry dudes. But that's my only gripes. Otherwise, I really enjoy it. I like working with it. But yeah, because there's only so few cards, you do end up tending to like get a lot of the same cards. So that's a bit frustrating sometimes. It's like, man, I want a different card. Like, give me a different message. But otherwise, yeah, this is one I'm definitely keeping in my collection. I don't think it was ever at risk, to be honest, of not being in my collection. I'm just turning them all around because I don't like my cards being different ways. And then the next one that I worked with this week is the Kosmos Oracle. And it's got copper. One of the cats just used a litter tray, guys. I got to clean that. I can't stand that smell. Okay, I'm back. The messy business of having cats. Sorry about my hand, if you can see my bloody wound. One of my wooden coat hangers broke on me, and the nail just went straight into my hand. It's a great way to start the morning. Blood sacrifice. So this is the Kosmos deck. It's matte cardstock, and it has the copper gilding and foiling, and I absolutely love the illustrations, like the art style and the color palette. I love the keywords and the themes in this, and it's also got elemental symbols and astrological symbols, but it did not come with a guidebook. It is one of those PDF situations, and I hate it so bad because a lot of the times I pull before bedtime, so I'm in that like sleepy space and I'm mellowing out, or I'll do it first thing in the morning, same situation. I do not want to have to go on tech and scroll to find the thing. And like, look, there's enough here that you can just apply it to yourself. But their write-up is amazing. So it's like, I want to read it. I don't just want to go based off the card. But I love the deck so much that I'm keeping it, even though it is super frustrating, and it does mean I use it less because I have to be in the mood to either go to my laptop or go to my phone and bring up the thing. And yeah, I could print it, but like I don't want to spend more money for a really subpar. Like if they sold the guidebook separately, I would buy it. I'm okay with doing that. but there's no option. And if I print it myself, it's just going to be hella rudimentary and like real ghetto. And yeah, that'll just annoy me as well because it'll be not great quality. But otherwise, I really adore this deck, and every time I use it, I'm like, oh, I should use it more. But you know, I don't because of the guidebook. But yeah, this was really great and fantastic, and it's definitely staying in my collection despite the fact it has no guidebook. So I'll put them all together. I'll do a spread. So this is called the Tarot Spread for Witches, and I'll just shuffle off screen and select all the cards because I definitely ain't doing that on camera. Okay, so I just wanted to start by saying though that these worked so well together. Aesthetically, I think they sort of go not the best. Very colorful. These definitely stand out though. But yeah, reading wise, it was just a really fun, playful, gentle energy coming from this week's selection. So the card number 1, card to describe my witchy powers, I got Learn from Life. I'll just bring that up while I flip through. Learn from life. Someone once said that those who do not learn from their mistakes are doomed to repeat them. Have you been learning as you move through life, or are you still doing the same thing over and over again, wondering why your situation hasn't changed? There are many ways to learn. Books, experience, the wisdom of others. But if you want to become your own best self, it's important to keep learning from life's lessons, large and small. What have you learned today? Action. Make an effort to learn something new today. You can try something different and see what happens. Do some research or read a bit in a book by one of your favorite authors. Or you could talk to someone who has had experiences you haven't and ask them about it. Hint: older people know a lot of things you don't. Maybe talk to a parent, grandparent, community elder or neighbor and ask them what they've learned in their travels. Divination. This card suggests that maybe you need to be paying more attention to the lessons the universe is sending you. Is there something you should be doing differently but aren't because you haven't learned from your mistakes? Or is there some way you could be improving your life if only you're willing to expand your knowledge? Make sure that you're embracing life and experiencing it fully. Magic. Sometimes we need help figuring out that the lesson that we're supposed to be taking away from a particular situation or challenge, especially if strong emotions are involved. Sit in front of a white or yellow candle. If you want, you can put a book next to the candle to symbolize knowledge. Light the candle and say, God and Goddess, please help me to learn from life as fully and gracefully as possible. So that was the Everyday Witch Oracle. There we go. And so in the second position, how to embrace myself as a mystical being. I got, wait, I'm trying to think now which ones I got for what. How do I embrace myself? Okay, sorry about that, guys. My brain had a bit of conniption. How to embrace myself as a mystical being. I got Feminine. The divine feminine is receptive, creative, intuitive, and present. She is connected and feels deeply, allowing the ebb and flow of emotions to gracefully rise to the surface for releasing. She is warm and nurturing, guided by her heart, the intuitive navigation system of her soul. The divine feminine is complete on her own, as she has embodied both yin and yang. Her energy calls for the divine masculine to complement her. The divine feminine exists within you, calling you to slow down and gracefully invite her to rise within and lead the way forward. The snake represents the Kundalini energy, awakened within you, allowing complete embodiment of the divine feminine. So that was the Asteria Oracle. Next up, a way that I can practice my magic. I'm just going to bring this up on the laptop, one sec. For this one, I got the Channeler, Collective Mission and Understanding. And it's Aquarius is the astrological symbol. The Aquarian energy allows us to see beyond the horizon. It invites us to keep learning more about the world and ourselves. It pushes us to think collectively and focus our efforts on the creation of a new earth. Our channels are open. It's time to manifest a shift in consciousness. The Aquarius goddess has a mission, aided by the strong link she has with the cosmic wisdom. She is the healer of the collective. She works as a channeler between heaven and earth, conducting the waters of compassion to those who don't know how, disseminating the light so everyone has access to the truth. She believes in a new earth, free from injustice and hatred, and she has the cosmos on her side to manifest it into a reality. She has a strong vision. She can see beyond and beyond. Her strong analytical mind doesn't make her rigid. Her journey has taught her to see the web of life, the cosmic patterns, and even the future. The Aquarius goddess takes the best out of her uniqueness, trying unusual ways to evolve. She dances to the beat of her own drum. Nothing keeps her trapped. Life, like the wind, she moves here and there with grace. She's independent and self-sufficient. Her strong intuition tells her when to speak and when to be silent. All these gifts were given to her to fulfill her purpose. She is the bearer of freedom. Will you accept her invitation to the revolution? Action. Embrace the channeler archetype within you. Use a combination of logic and intuition to make the next move. Seek independence and embrace your uniqueness. Focus on the higher good. Affirmation. I am free to be me. I am committed to the collective evolution. My medicine is needed. I think I'll just go one more to a blue one and a brown one. So that was the Kosmos Oracle. And the next question was, how can I gain more witchy knowledge? And for that one, I got Cancer down here. The Crab, June 21st to July 21st. The planetary ruler is the moon. The house is the 4th, element water, modality cardinal. Symbols: shells, pearls, moonstone, willow, sand. Where Cancer appears in our natal chart is where our nurturing instincts manifest. The goal of this sign is for things to be just right, as she's largely connected to the wounds of the past. Mothering and caring for that old pain is an integral part of Cancer's purpose in our lifetime. Being ruled by the moon, she directly relates to emotional matters that are expressed in two ways: outwardly and inwardly. Outward expression is when Cancer feels comfortable in sharing her feelings, regardless if they are positive or negative. Inward expression is when Cancer retreats deep into a shell and refuses to communicate out of self-preservation. In a reading, the Crab asks that you molt from your shell and be vulnerable in the realm of emotions. It's okay to bring your armor with you in case you need to retreat, but taking those first steps is important to your growth. Self-care is more than just working on your exterior. It takes vulnerability and creativity. The path to tranquility is not a straight line. Sometimes you need to take a few steps to the side and observe your feelings or the feelings of others. Just resist the urge to act on the offensive. Lashing out may feel like self-preservation, but you'll end up hurting the people you care about. Keywords: nurture, mother, protect, tender, receptive, insecure, moody, grudges, smothering. So that was the Arcana of Astrology. And for the last question, how can I be of service to others? I got Judgment. So let's read Judgment. Judgment. When I embrace and love all of the parts, I shed old skin and I am whole. When you can take in everything that is and has been your life, accepting and embracing it all, you were reborn. It is time to dig deep into those hidden dusty corners and coax the frightened little one out into the light. Love them. Love all parts of yourself. Embrace without judgment whatever shame or guilt has been stored away. The good feeling experiences along with the rough, hurtful ones all make up who we are. Can you see and feel that strength? You are divine and ancient like the cosmic serpent. Feel how strong your body is that has carried you through, scars and all. You are beautiful and powerful. Allow your ego to fall away. Forgive your past. Be honest in your digging. Break up the old mud and let the river carry it away. See yourself surrounded by that cool, crisp water. The Judgment card is the penultimate card of the major arcana. It falls right before the world and wholeness. To get closer to wholeness, there is sacred work. Even the Roman numerals for this card, XX, look like a moment of reflection with oneself. The shooting star is just the first of many that will join you during this mystic conversation as you shed that skin. The stars are your higher self, greeting you with joy and gratitude for returning home. Upright. Are you feeling pulled to make time for deeper work? What would wholeness feel like for you? We are being asked to look deeply inside and provide love. What are the pieces that you are lovingly holding? What does healing the broken parts feel like? What do they have to say to you?
When you approach them with love, can you meet yourself there and walk together forward into a new, more wholesome phase? If you're feeling called to evolve, seek support when needed and know that your inner voice also guides you. Reversed. Maybe the shedding skin has already dried, but you have not allowed it to fall. What makes you hold on to it? Is it the unhealed parts, or is it the fear of being more true? It may be a good time to sit with whatever feelings are coming up. Where are the feelings located in your body? What do they need so that they can move on? Acceptance, gratitude, release of guilt? Love what your pain has to say and thank it for the lessons it brings you. Art symbolism. Snakes are almost non-existent in Alaska due to the cold climate, with the exception of the common garter snake, and very sparingly. The snake in the judgment card is an endangered species of the common garter snake, Thamnophis sertalis tetratania, found in California. Taking full advantage of my artistic license, I chose to use this subspecies of the garter snake for its bright colours and for its endangered status. Many of the fauna in this deck are endangered, which I hope further attunes us to the current state of life on Earth. The turquoise, bright red and black are colours that personally bring me back to my spiritual ancestors and roots and to the earth. Just as the snake moves its body across the earth, fully connected, grounded, sacred work in both the spiritual and physical realms, this image inspires us with serpent energy. Authenticity can also be seen as an endangered species, as can tending to deep wounds and rising powerful with fresh skin. Extinction Rebellion. Our brother-sister snake is in the cosmos, similar to our Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, the Magician, and the Unseen. All are engaging with the spirit realm, with focus on digging deeper and connecting with the potential of our being. With judgment in particular, there is a silence in this cosmic scheme. The skin shed sets weightless. There is no wind or breeze, just comfortable stillness and space. The single meteor is the only spark of movement, and it is in the distance. Still no sound here. We require this kind of silence to sit deep within ourselves. We require this space to envelop ourselves in the love and patience we deserve as we navigate our path towards wholeness.
So those are all the decks that I used this week. Like I said, I really liked the energy and the messages. They were really sweet and playful and fun, but still had depth to them. And yeah, I'm keeping every single one of them. So I hope that wherever you are having a satisfying morning, afternoon, or evening. And as always, stay wild, Star Child.